Hello, my name is Abraham Mhaidli. Today I will be talking about work we did looking at manipulative advertising in extended reality. Manipulative advertising is that which persuades consumers to buy a product not through logical arguments or information, but through ways that hijack consumers' buying patterns, such as appealing to consumers' emotions to override cautious deliberation, falsely associating certain traits such as power or happiness with certain products, or lying and deception. Manipulative ads are considered bad because they can trick consumers into buying products they do not need, products they do not want, and even products that are harmful to them. They are especially concerning in extended reality. XR technologies such as VR headsets or AR glasses aim to enhance, augment, and replace reality. They are increasingly popular, with experts predicting that in a few years, XR will be as commonplace as smartphones today. But with this popularity comes advertising. Many firms are developing XR ads, with some viewing it as the next advertising goldmine. This is concerning when considering manipulative advertising. If ads can enhance, augment, or replace reality, how can they deceive or manipulate consumers? This was the central question of our paper. 5 to 10 years from now, when everyone is using XR, what will manipulative ads look like? To answer this question, we used scenario construction, a method used to create narratives or scenarios predicting how tech will be used in the future. In our case, to predict what XR manipulative advertising will look like. To construct the scenarios, we carried out a systematic analysis of XR devices, advertising, and trends in industry and research to understand where XR advertising is headed. We then asked ourselves a series of prompts to guide the construction of these scenarios. Through this process, we identified 5 key features of XR advertising. This led us to develop 7 scenarios, which we then condensed into 5 key manipulative traits through which XR advertising can be manipulative. I will now focus on one scenario, Deodorant Crush, and highlight its creation and what manipulative traits it exhibits. The scenario involves the following. Wei is a 17-year-old boy who wears AR glasses. The glasses scan Wei's message chats, activities on social media, and his physiological data to infer that Wei harbors a crush on classmate Jennifer. Waiting until biometric data reveals that Wei is particularly aroused, an ad appears for deodorant that is a surefire way to seduce girls. The spokesperson in the ad bears a striking resemblance to Jennifer. So how did we arrive at this scenario? We know that ads sometimes use sexualized imagery to sell products. At the same time, we observe that numerous XR devices come equipped with sensors that can measure heart rate, pupil dilation, physiological signs of arousal. If AR glasses are worn at all times, this information can be picked up at all times, and so inferences of who someone is attracted to can be measured. Lastly, with the rise in algorithmically generated ads and deepfake technologies, a spokesperson resembling the person Wei is attracted to can be made. Through the scenarios we created, we identified the various ways XR advertising can be manipulative. For this scenario, we highlight 3 manipulation mechanisms. First, by inducing artificial arousal in Wei, he is more likely to respond to the ad and buy the deodorant. In XR, there's the possibility that emotions are felt more strongly than non-XR ads, since XR is a more realistic, immersive medium. Thus, these emotions are felt more strongly. This emotion is compounded by the hyperpersonalization that XR allows. Through the various incorporated sensors, the ad was able to tell who aroused Wei and could create an ad specifically tailored for him. Lastly, the sensors present in XR devices could tell when Wei was most vulnerable to this ad, when Wei he was most aroused, or perhaps when he was saddest or had the lowest level of self-esteem, all combined to create a highly manipulative ad. In concluding, we want to take a moment to ask ourselves what we, as an HCI research community, can do about this. Though it may seem bleak, there is a lot we can do. Most of the harms will not be realized until years down the line, and we need research to fully ascertain the harms and interventions of XR advertising. In the paper, we highlight 4 key research challenges. For now, we'll focus on one particularly applicable to our scenario, understanding the privacy risks of XR. Sub-questions within this challenge include asking what data can advertisers collect through XR sensors? How can this be used to harm or manipulate users? Can XR glasses tell when we are aroused, and is this an acceptable use of data? Questions like these are needed to better mitigate the harms of manipulative XR advertising. This was just one of the research challenges we identified. We encourage you to check the paper for other ones. Thank you.